Hello, everyone. Welcome to 5 Questions with LeRoy Butler. We are here post-bye week. Did you have a good bye?
I did. Before I get started, I want to say congratulations to some young people that I know. Ben and Nicole had a great marriage, wedding. I'm excited for them. Marriage is fun. It is fun. It's a lot of fun.
I may try it someday. I don't know.
Hey, that's on camera.
No.
You did
I
say
said
one day.
someday.
All right.
Someday, maybe.
Well, I got it on camera.
It was a big maybe.
Okay,
maybe.
and you started to turn red. Ben and Nicole, congratulations. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
so what did you do? What did you do?
The bye week for me is to go back and look at all of the explosive plays that defense give up, over 25 yards. Mm-hmm. You go back and look at those plays, and then for the most part, you dissect them and break them down, and then you understand that every other team and scouts look at these plays. Mm-hmm. So you have to understand that you're going to see these next plays the next quarter, but they have to finish the quarter out 3-1 to stay close to Minnesota. You know, Minnesota played Monday night. You got a chance to see the Minnesota Vikings and the Giants.
Right.
So, you know, what we used to do back in the day, if we had a bye week and we were going to play a team, we would all get together at my house or Gilbert's house, and we would watch the game as a team without the coaches, just the guys hanging around, you know, some food and drinks, and just talk about it amongst ourselves and just put everything out on the table if it was something that needs to be aired out.
Okay. So I thought this would be a good time to look at where the Packers are, and I thought I want to ask you to identify 3 people, 3 players who will be key to this next segment of the season, starting Sunday night against the New York Giants.
Well,
give me your first one.
Randall. Randall has to be Demarius Randall. Has to be top guy, because if you don't have Sam Shields, this could be an issue.
Right.
It really could. You know, it can be a real issue if he has to cover the top guy. And we've had some stuff in a lot of publications, Journal Sentinel. You know, people have been asking him about technique and things of that nature. But it comes down to you got to alignment, assignment, and execution. Mm-hmm. It can be a long day. You can't give up 189 against Minnesota, Stephon Diggs, 205 Marvin Jones Jr., and now you're about to play Odell Beckham Jr. Yeah. So my thing is, Tom, people go after if they can. You know, if they can get some mileage, the long plays is the issue. So if he plays to a high level, you know, now it's not so much you feel the burden of not having Sam Shields.
Yeah.
So hopefully Sam Shields will be able to come back. And I'll go right into Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb right now in the offense, I don't really know where he fits anymore. Because since Jordan Nelson has gotten back, you know, they've been getting him the ball, but you see Montgomery coming in taking his carries now at running back. That was Randall Cobb's job. So they normally have Randall Cobb in the slot. Well, guess what? They flip-flop him and Jordan Nelson is getting the ball.
Right.
So Randall Cobb has to make sure, especially with Jared Cook out, he's the second option. But the second option been Devontae Adams.
Right.
So I don't know how that all fits in. But this guy should be a Pro Bowler, Mike Daniels. Mike Daniels, to me, has been playing lights out, and proof of that, your 2 inside linebackers, who are pretty inexperienced guys, first and second-year guys, Tom, they're flying around because this guy is playing magnificent up front. It was a play against Detroit. He basically took the guard, threw the guard into the pulling other guard, and made the tackle. That's exceptional. And I think a lot of people, you know, when they paid him the big contract, a lot of people, you know, nationwide didn't really know, but now they know. So on the cover of Sports Illustrated, he's been the best lineman up front for the last 2 or 3 years, and they rally around him. When he's making plays, that defense flies around. So those 3 guys are just key to this. If you're going to make it to the Super Bowl, so I think it's one of these things where you want the other guys to develop now.
Yeah.
These guys are just paramount.
Yeah, I wonder, the last game they had 5 defensive starters out, And you
And they
saw
play like, what, 10, 11 rookies?
Yeah, I mean, you
First
saw
year
guys like Josh Hawkins,
Yep.
Cantrell Bryce,
Yep.
Christian Ringo,
Flacco.
Kenny Clark's getting a ton of
Fackrell.
Fackrell's getting
Yep.
it, even Dean Lowry.
Lowry.
How valuable was that, do you think, this first couple of weeks for those guys to actually get some?
Inexperience. When you have experience and inexperience, any kind of experience is good. They're going to show their inexperience at times. But you got to understand, Randall and Rollins got playoff experience last year. Now they get into this year, they have experience. These guys playing a lot of plays. If you ever need them, the game is not too big for them. They've played already. Because what I was taught, after the third game, you're not a rookie anymore.
Right.
Teams expect you to play. Now, I think when Ted Thompson got this draft class, I don't think he expected anybody to play this much. But you're going to need these guys when most of these guys have made your team, especially the undrafted free agents, when you kept 12 DBs. I think, 6 safeties and corners. So you feel like I'm using my everything I have to win these games. Is that really rebuilding right before your eyes, or is this what they always do?
I think that's what they always do. I think there's always going to be injuries, and what happens is you see guys, when the Packers have injuries, you see rookies take over.
Yeah.
And that is the reality of how Ted Thompson builds his teams.
So instead of a veteran backing up another veteran, you have a young guy.
Even a second, or it's not even a second, or a lot of times not even a second or third year guy. It's a rookie.
Yeah.
And often an undrafted rookie.
Right.
Now in some cases it's like a Christian Ringo who didn't play but was on the practice squad for a year. He's been in their system. He knows how to play.
And they just picked up a fullback. I think he went to Michigan.
Yeah.
And put him on practice squad.
Put him on the practice squad.
Koski's having some issues.
So I think it's interesting to see that, but this is the most veteran team they've had. I think one question a lot of people have, and I get this a lot, is why are the expectations for guys like Randall, Rollins, Gunter, okay, they've got 1 year in the league. Randall played a lot, Rollins played a lot, but is that enough? I mean, by year 2, it's still tough to be a cornerback in the NFL, right? What are the expectations for those guys?
They got to play big. They got to play like starters. You got to hope you hit with these guys if you're a general
So
manager.
at this point in their career, you would expect them to be like starters?
Yeah, absolutely, because they're playing prominent roles. Most of the time, if you're a rookie, you just come in on dime, like Casey Hayward did, and he developed. You just come in on dime and every now and then on nickel. You're not starting, or you're not playing, the nickel and dime and the 4-0 package and the NASCAR package. You don't play all these many plays.
Right.
They didn't probably think Fackrell would play, especially with Dayton Jones and Nick Perry. And then you got Matthews and Peppers. You got a lot of guys that you could throw out there. But now you got these guys, and Dean Lowry, you didn't know if he's going to play that much. But with the philosophy of the Packers, they want to stay young, but in the key areas, they have veterans.
Right.
Quarterback, wide receiver, linebacker,
defensive
safety.
tackle.
Yeah, they got
outside linebacker.
Stuff like that. But you're right about the core is veteran. But if one of the core goes down, you're going to see a young guy in there. And you may see a mental error or two, and you got to almost be patient with these guys.
So looking ahead, they play the New York Giants on Sunday night. And boy, if ever those 3 corners are going to have to play. We don't know what Sam Shields' status is. It's possible he'll play this week.
Yeah.
But they can't count on that. And man, as we saw, the Vikings did a great job in shutting those 3 guys down, but they did it with their pass rush. And just getting physical with Odell Beckham Jr.
And I think, for the most part, we're going to touch on the X and the O's. They gave some looks up front to Eli Manning, I think kind of confused him a little bit.
Well, made him hurry for sure, right?
Get that ball out.
Yeah.
But, Beckham and Cruz, Sharp and Donnelly, the tight end, these guys have put up numbers, but Beckham hasn't scored a touchdown in 4 or 5 games. So you would think that they want to get him going. So you got to come up with some defense to slow this group down, because I think they're 2-2 at Lambeau Field or something like that, the Giants. But I think for the most part, the 15-1 season, going to the playoffs and playing the Giants sticks out in your mind. And then the obviously 2007, the championship game, the Giants. The Giants are a team you're going to have to play for the most part. So you got to beat these guys. And they spent a lot of money on defense. That Olivier Vernon, 54 on defense, that guy's a grown man. So they got their work cut out for him, but I think they can pretty much beat them.
Okay. So as we look ahead, I guess it's time for you to make your prediction.
Now, this prediction, I'm never going to pick the Packers every week. Now, you know that,
Except
right?
that you have, right?
Yeah. Well,
the first
early.
3 weeks
it's early.
you have,
It's
right?
early.
Yeah.
I won't do it.
Okay, but you're not going to every
No.
week.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game like you just saw against Detroit.
Okay.
Both secondaries have issues, especially the Giants.
Right.
The Giants got a lot of holes in that secondary. I think it'll be 42-39. The Packers win by a last-minute field goal.
You heard that,
Yeah,
everybody? Bet the
last-minute
over.
field goal.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
That's.
Last-minute field goal by Mason Crosby.
I want to see how the Giants get to 39.
Yeah. I know. Wouldn't that be nice?
I don't even know what combination that is.
Yeah, I went to Florida State. They told us how to read, not count. But it's going to be a high-scoring game. I hope I'm wrong. It's a low-scoring game. That would benefit the Packers.
Okay.
But the Giants were in a close game Monday night.
Yeah.
And they didn't seem to handle that.
I think
they want to get in a shootout.
I think they'll be primed to play on Sunday night. Ben McAdoo, he knows the Packers inside and out. You know, they'll be ready. So it should be a pretty good game.
Yeah, the Packers are well rested. They're not frustrated. Get all the bugs out.
Everybody back.
Yes. So we just need Randall to get in Beckham's head, get in his head, and I think that's what Minnesota did.
Yeah.
Every team that he's played against, they just get after him a little bit, and he takes him out of his game.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens, and we'll be back for the 5th edition next week after the Giants game.
After a big win, I hope.
Okay. We will see you next week.